Okay, we're back again, ready to finish this painting up. We've been working for about an hour and a half, I want to think. And so we're going to get the camera set on the painting and we will get started right now. Okay, taking a break and had a chance to get some clean water and get ready to finish this painting up. So I still have here, I'm working on some of the walls and stuff. The painting is now completely dry. So I'm able to now come in and start putting in some of this, some of the parts of the building that I had left unpainted so far. I'm spraying a little spritzer on my palette to get some of this paint in here loosened up. It had also dried up as well during the break. And so now I have some good colors here that I can use for painting the undersides here of these arches, and we'll see how that goes. I'm still using a flat brush, using sort of a purplish color here that's going to be have some change of color in it. I want to have some light color at the top, and actually didn't have enough yellow ochre in there to start with, so I'm going to put a little yellow in there right now. Go back over that. And then as I come down, I want it to get a little darker and more blue or gray. Pick up some of this blue that's in the palette. There we go. Sort of bring it down here to meet this section like this. Okay. That's pretty good right there. Okay. Make sure that top is light enough. Put a little more light in there. Run it back up here like that. Okay. Don't want it to overlap too much. I can make that a little darker in there if I have to in the ceiling, but right now I'll leave that alone. I'm going to come down and put some of that ochre, yellow ochre, and in this area. I gotta be careful not to touch that I just put on, otherwise I'll get a big old blossom, which I don't want. Some nice light color in here. Something like that. It starts tailing off into something that's a little more bluish color, a little cooler down here. Like that. Okay, that's not bad. The next one has a similar type top on it. It's got this yellowish color that really is a reflection of the sun outside hitting on the inside of these arches. So we'll put a little of that in there and then come back and get a little of this blue color and put a little of that down. There, like that. Something like that. The next one's got even a little bit, you know what, I think it's time to switch brushes and get to my round brush. I'm getting into some of these curved areas I need the round brush for. So I may just start working with my round brush now a little more. Get some good paint in there, and I can actually get up in these corners here better. These areas like this. Bring it down. And go back and get some of this purplish color to darken it a little bit. Bring it down here. Something like this. Okay, now, and that last one back there is almost all purplish. It's a slightly darker value because it is in shadow, so it has to be darker than what's around it, otherwise it won't stand out. Okay, so right now it's darker. We'll see how it looks when it dries. I may have to come back and touch that up a little bit, but right now it's okay. Put in some of this, some of these shadows here, sides. Get some of that back here. And probably need just a little of this. Make it stand out. Okay, that's readable. Is this dry? I want to go put in some, well, I've got this round brush. I've got some dark green that I need in there. And I'm going to throw in some of this little sap green, a little bit of cad yellow, but right in here needs to be green, and that's not dark enough. Always touch it and look at it and see how dark it is. Put a little of that ultra blue in there. That'll darken it up. Get some of the water out of the brush. And now try it. Okay, well now we're getting closer. So we actually have a very dark color back there. Could be a little darker, but right now I'm not going to worry too much with it. I'm going to put a little more dark in there. There we go. Okay, it's got some green, it's got some dark in it. Straighten that edge up. Okay. A little bit of green there that I don't want. Let's see if I can get that out. Okay. That'll work. Okay, that's good enough for that. All right, now down in here, we've got starting to get in some of those purples again. Some very, ooh man, I got a lot of purple paint on the brush that time. Let's see here. Mix that purple, some of this earth color we got, and so we start getting a little bit different color of brown. Right in this area here, let's see what this looks like. We'll start putting in some purple color, mixing it with some really dark. I want this to be darker than that post, so that post stands out right there. And I won't want to lose my purple colors. Throw some of that in like this. Come back and get some green. I got to get some dark green in there. Let's get ultra blue and cupric green. See if we can dab some of that in here like this. Have a few white spots in there, specks that we might be able to touch up with some touches of red. Change the green color, don't keep it the same color for too long. I'm going to come back and drop in a little of my cad yellow, which is a fairly opaque, reasonably opaque color. Start putting some of that up here. So I'm getting a good mixture of greens, as you can see, hopefully. These are just bushes and shrubs and things that are growing around between. Put some down here, over here like this. Go back, get a different color of green. See, I want to save, I gotta. Actually, I have a wall back here, part of a wall. I'm going to save that, but I'm going to have some green stuff over it, so I'm going to come back and pick up that green spot that I happened to put in there by mistake. And put some browns and purples and different colors, get some yellow in there. This is going to be I'm putting this on fairly thick right now. Leave room for some reds. I want to come back and put some colors in there. Leave room for the wall. I want the wall to come down here. I want to come back and put this in like this. I'm just basically putting in little swirls and little marks with this brush that sort of make it look like there's bushes of some sort, leaving a few pockets that I can come back and put in some bright colors. Going back and getting a few purples. So it's getting very colorful back there, but it's still not going to be so bright that the eye is going to come back and hopefully not going to look at that too much. Come down here like this, keep that straight. Change the color, put some more purple in there. Purple makes a good shadow color. And I want it to be really dark down here at the bottom. If I can get it dark enough. Do that by putting some more of this neutral tint and blue. There we go. This is stuff that sort of covers the sidewalk or the area back here. So these are all just shadows of these plants, bushes, whatever. And I think I want some more of this yellow. Get me a little bit of that cad yellow. Drop it in out here on these edges. And it doesn't show up as much as I want it to, so I'm going to switch to the lemon yellow. It's a lot brighter yellow, more transparent, but it has a brighter color. Get it with some of the water out of the brush. Where do I want it? Here we go. So I'm starting to put a little tip on there that starts making those look like they're in the sun in some spots. And we'll just leave it kind of like that. Sun's hitting some of these other spots back here, not too much. I don't want it to be overly done. And maybe a few up here on top. Okay, so that's that part of it. Let me see, I want to, oh, this is going to be some more colors, but it's going to have some more reds in there, reds and whites. I'm going to pop in a few more purplish colors. Get that ultraviolet going here. Put some reds in there after a while. Okay. Stop, pick up some of this so we don't have running going on. So far I've been able to keep the runs to a minimum. I got a wall here. I want to paint that like this color of this wall up here, which to me has to have some of this purple in it. Get my brush cleaned out. Some purple that sort of fades back into that yellowish color. So let's see, is that dry enough? I don't think it's dry enough. I better wait. Better wait. Okay, and put some of that up here. Maybe hit another little color up here with the under the portico here, the porch or whatever this is. Hit it with another color of purple, which will darken it down. And I want to warm it up a little bit, so what do? I put in a warm color somewhere. Where do I put it? Oh, right here, maybe. Get some red, I'm going to cad red out here. Too much, but put a little of that in there somewhere. There we go. Okay. I think I'm going to work on this door now. Since it's got some nice browns in there. Give me more stilled green brown. Let's see. It's got a gray window, but around it it's brown. So let's put this in. Nice reddish color in there. Get a little darker on this side. Just sort of like a door jamb of some sort sitting in there. It is a little darker. Make it dark down here like this. And a few spots on the bottom of that door are dark from the dirt that kicks up in the door. We'll pull this down, blend it together. Okay, something like that. That's not bad. I'll come back later and put the gray window in. We'll let that start drying. And I'll get my round brush back again. Have some more shadows on the side of this to put in here. That's not great, but we'll come on down here with it. Let's see, I gotta get darker. I gotta be darker. If it's not darker, it won't stand out. There. Now that'll dry a little bit lighter. Similar color over here. Similar color up here. Get some more of that ultramarine violet. Okay, that's starting to look like I want it to. Okay. How about over here? This is a area that's really light. It's got some of these earth colors, ochre, and a little bit of the raw sienna. And then it's got some purple and white flowers laying over the top of it. So let's see if we can put some of that in here. Because these flowers are going to be casting a shadow over the door and over some of the walkway. And we want to make sure that they have a definition here. Something like that. Put a few reds in there to just warm it up a little bit. And I have reds and rust colors going throughout this. Down the bottom here, this is just going to fade to white, as they say. Okay, like that. I'm going to hit that with some more nice brighter purpley colors in there. I want to make that sort of extend over this way as well. Put a little bit of that over here so it looks like we have similar flowers and similar type plantings over here. There's the marine, ultramarine violet. There we go. Put a few of these in here with some reds. And a few of these. Change the color. Let's get some more yellows. Okay, stick some green in there, here and there. That may help us make it look like foliage of some sort. Get some of those nice dark greens in here. I'm going to float them over this way and wrap them over this post. Stick them in here. Hopefully that's coming across on the video well. I don't know. It's hard for me to tell from here. Don't want this to be too interesting over here because, again, it's not the center of interest. I don't want people's eye to go floating around over here. So let's just sort of color this in. And some we're going to have some more greens and stuff down here below, but that's about enough for this. Some green up in here, darks here and there. Mix up the darks and the lights. Go back and get some yellows and put in here. That didn't turn out yellow, but lighten it up a little bit. Put in some so we're getting in some interesting colors here. About some lemon spots of color over here, not too much, otherwise I'll be ending up with people looking all over here, which is not what I want. But it will add some interest to that area back there. I'm on that lemon yellow, put some over here. The lemon yellow and the purples make a good mixture. Okay, how about some more green maybe over here like this. Put painting behind some of these green, behind some of these purple things that look like might be some sort of flower over there. So I'm doing negative painting. Okay, that's getting closer to what I want. How's this doing? Okay, this is starting to dry. So let's come back and put in the little window back here that's a combination of purple and this neutral tint. Don't want to get too much in my brush. I'm going to just touch it and see what it looks like here. Very lightly. Something like this in. Okay. And we'll put just a little purple in here maybe to highlight the top of that door. Okay, this is ground level here. Lavender, purple. These things have some nice shadows, and I'm going to use this ultraviolet for the shadows. I'm going to come across here and just put in some little squiggles that look like there's some shadows running across here like this. Goes across the door, comes out clear over here. We've got some, actually they come clear over here even, there's some shadows. So I'm just using ultraviolet, putting it in here to make it look like there's some interesting shadows going across here. There's even a few, a little bit different color maybe, on here. A little bit too dark. Always blot it a little bit, take some of the, if it's too dark. Okay, so I have that door in, got some shadows in, got some interesting shapes here. Let's bring that up, connect it up there if I can. Not dark enough. Connect it, there we go. All right. All right, so we have some things that look like there's shadows back there. Well, I got this beautiful purple going here. Let's come in and touch in some things with some whites, mixture, some whites and purples. Put in some flowers here that look like they belong, hopefully. Along with that, I want to touch in some red here and there. This is going to be really the some of the focal point has to be right in here some. So I want it to pop. I want the eye to pop over here. Okay. I want a couple of these. Actually, the color I should be using is this magenta. I haven't used my magenta yet. I want to use it over here and put in some little pops of color in here. Go back and touch in some of these areas with magenta, because that is a beautiful color and it's very bright. And we'll let it stand out there on its own, little flecks here and there. All right. Not too much needed more than that. Okay. All right. Making progress. I think it's time for some of the magentas and colors up here. Let's put some of that in. This is another area that I want to pop. Pop in some. And while I'm popping those in, I'm going to put some shadows in with them. Shadow color will be ultraviolet. I'll let them blend together just a little. Okay. I need that magenta without too much purple in it right here. A little bit over here. Okay, we're getting some pops of color. I can always come over that and make some okay, there's my building. I think it's ready to put in some of this ivory or ultramarine violet right in here. Mix it with a little of this building color so we can see that we have the building running behind here.